Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And there's a little bit of a lag. This is going to be an interesting night. I am live from, where am I? All Star Movies at the Walt Disney World Resort. And Katie, you are live from where?
Southern California.
That is correct. And we've got a heck of a show for you tonight. But before we get into that, what should people do, Katie?
Just go to geekscorner.live. You can go in the chat, which I am currently watching on YouTube, which also has a delay. So I am watching us
A lag of a lag.
like a 10 seconds later. Anyway, go to geekscorner.live, go in the chat, tell us how great we're doing. It'll be great.
We can hope. It'll be fun. All right. Well, this is going to be an exciting week just because we don't know exactly what is going to happen. I've planned on being out here for quite some time for Epcot's 40th. And then our good friend named Ian had other plans. So what I thought was going to happen
Stop
is I would...
calling him a friend! I get confused!
Well, I'm hoping if I call him a friend, he'll be nicer.
Okay, that's fair.
Good point, right? Anyway, so the plan was come out here, spend a couple days in the park, celebrate Epcot's 40th. We're going to go to that D23 thing, Murray and I, and then have a couple more days in the park, and it'll be great. It's Florida, all of that magical stuff. So then this storm starts coming, and I'm like, it's going to hit somewhere else. And it'll just be a little bit of rain. So I bumped up my flight a day thinking like, hey, you know what? If it's thunderstorms or something, then I'm in. So then today came, and well, actually it was yesterday kind of. It started shifting more east, it seemed, or south, or I don't know which direction. I don't even know where I am half the time. But from the time I got on the plane this morning to the time I got off the plane in Orlando, it turns out that the parks are closed. Everything else is closed, and I'm going to be sitting in this room for the next 2 days. And then Murray is hopefully going to get here on Friday right after the storm because his flights did get canceled, and it's going to be an interesting week. I'm gonna document from this room, maybe look out the window if it seems safe. We'll see what happens. And I bought a large pepperoni pizza tonight, and I have it in my refrigerator just in case. Safety, right?
I kind of love that, but yes.
It makes sense. Like, just in case, you never know. So we have a large pepperoni pizza
after this week.
I have Mickey Mouse pretzels that have a chip, like from Chip and Dale. Like, chip is on the package.
Oh, I was like, a chip? Sir, don't
No.
ingest that.
But then I also have shortbread rounds. And I have these three things to eat because that's basically all that was left, unless I wanted just pure sugar. And I was like, I don't want candy. But like all of the chips were gone, all of the crackers were gone. There was cheese dip still, like the queso, in the glass jar.
Oh.
There was a ton of that left. And there was a lot of salsa left, but there was no chips. So I was like, I'm not going to get... I don't know.
Put salsa on your pizza.
If it's not too crazy in the morning, I'm going to go back to the store and replenish my supplies because I realize I probably could have gotten like iced tea or something too. So then I've got something to drink more than just water and coffee, which I can live off of. That is fine. I will be fine. But it's gonna be an adventure of a week, and I'll have a vlog go up whatever happens each day, unless there's no way to post it. In which case, you'll just have to wait until internet and electricity and all of that stuff goes back. And I might order like another pizza in the morning. And the funny thing is it turns out that the refrigerators in these rooms now are not really refrigerators. They're drink refrigerators, which means they're only about this wide or like deep. They're not like a full refrigerator. They're like a half deep refrigerator. So I had to take the shelves out and the pizza's up like this, so it would fit in there.
I think the funniest thing that's happening is I can't see your motions until like 20 seconds later. So I'm sitting here
Yeah.
watching this. I'm sitting here watching the stream like, wait, I don't understand. How deep is the fridge?
What's
How do we
going
have to put it in?
on? Yeah.
Oh, guys, we're going to do this again next week. So get excited.
We might try it a different way. We'll see. Yeah, so it's going to be an adventure. What I also thought would be fun for an adventure tonight is to take you all on a tour. So one of the reasons we're set up the way we are is because we are mobile. Now, I'm not going to be able to see you guys, but I will be able to hear Katie. And she can tell me if I'm not staying in the middle of the screen, which I might not be because it'll be a little bit difficult. But I'm going to get a coat. Katie, you just talk for a second.
I can't see anything that's happening. I won't be able to narrate anything that's happening.
Oh, so it'll be like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, I mean, sure. This is scary. Okay, let me talk about some things. This is my tiny laptop. There's a mirror, so I'm sorry. It's my tiny laptop that my friend Hopper got for Hamilton because he's a businessman. So when he's supposed to be working, I give him his little laptop. And I mean, he's also asleep back there. I don't know if you guys can see him or not because I can't even see myself. So
that's a great thing to do, Katie. Can you still see me?
What's a great thing to do? Give him a laptop? I think I can still see you. Again, the lag.
All right, so there's a lag. I am walking around my hotel. You get to see a lot of different things. I'm going to try to stay somewhat out of the way. It is raining. When I landed in Orlando, it was only partially raining. It was just like a little trickle. Now it's actually coming down pretty good. Not terribly, just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Just like normal rain. Is it better or worse than our hurricane?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I will say I'm not the only person with the pizza idea. I'm seeing lots of people walking back with boxes of pizzas as I'm walking through. So, Katie, I hope you're also watching this on YouTube.
I am.
So I'm now out
that's why there's a lag.
This is the first time I think we've actually gone, and I can't see the comments right now, so you're going to have to be my eyes for that too. I think this is the first time we've really gone. I guess when I didn't have a voice, we did this, didn't we?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
How could you forget about that?
I forgot about you not having a voice.
I will never forget that. So the great thing about this trip, complete accident, but I ended up in the Herbie building, Love Bug building, whatever you want to call it. And
he's triangulating his location.
Yes, I am. Because everybody's going to want to come and get me in the middle of a hurricane. So I get to walk up to this every day. Try to get out of the way so you can see Herbie. There we go. But the best part about being right here, this is my favorite spot just about at any Disney hotel period, is you can see Herbie. Hopefully you can see him. Herbie. I'm out of the way, I hope.
Hi, Herbie.
Isn't this amazing? Like, this is one of my favorite spots in any Disney hotel anywhere. Like, any Disney property, actually.
Wait,
I love...
But why don't they play the Herbie music?
I don't know, but they did play it at the D23 Expo, which was amazing.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Yeah, it was very fun. So this is what I love about this hotel. It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to walk back to the room and get out of the rain. There's the other half of Herbie. So it's like the one, is it the first one? Yeah, the love bug where he gets cut in half.
Yeah, it's the first one.
That's right.
Yeah, Herbie. So as Bailey is saying, we've got a lot of great comments. So Angela said that we're doing great. Thank you, Angela. Good. We love you very much. Happy belated birthday again. Mikey really likey says that you have solid logic, Mr. Daps, but also to ration wisely because hurricane snacks are a precious commodity. Angela said this will be quite the story.
Yes, it will.
Which I agree, this will be quite the story. Our friend Steven says hello.
Hey,
Our
Steven.
friend Connie says hi, Herbie. And Bailey says, make sure he doesn't eat you, Herbie, that is, because he is known to eat
That's
people from time to time.
I do remember that part. I would like to think
Yeah,
we're friends
so
though, and it'll be okay. That's my hope.
I think that you're like a
Kindred spirit.
I just choked. A Herbie
Kindred
whisperer is
spirit.
what I was trying to say.
Oh, I'll go with that. I'll go with that too. I'm
But then
cool
I
with
started
that.
choking. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm gonna watch
Oh, that was
stairs as I go
fun.
back up, and hopefully, I don't know if you can hear the
Okay,
rain though. It's definitely coming
maybe a
down a
little
bit.
bit.
Okay.
What's something else that I could show people while we're over here?
I'm just
I
showing my
do
walk.
have this. I think this is a wishable, like an early wishable. It's from our friend Murray. He got it for me because there was a double that he got. I am very blessed. I love her very much. I literally have a rock on this desk. I've got a rock.
Congratulations.
What else do I have that's interesting? I don't know, man. I already showed you guys the Hamilton laptop, so I could show you Hamilton, I guess. I don't know if you can see him again because the lag. But oh, that sounded bad. Whatever just happened.
Just my door.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
just
That's
it's
okay
prepping.
then.
Yes, and there's the magical screen of Walt Disney World. You know,
Woo!
our favorite. Okay.
The rock does not have a name. It's just a Star Trek rock. It's from an episode of Star Trek. This is the rock. Hello, rock. It is midnight where Mr. Daps is. It is just before midnight right now.
Yeah,
So
11:43. Mikey's also on Eastern Time Zone, and he's probably not super far away from here. Honestly, we'll triangulate on him now.
says Steven, Mr. Daps, Steven is asking, what are you going to do for the next 2 days while the parks are closed? What's your plan?
I have a couple books to read. I'll probably be watching a lot of the weather. I'll probably be writing a lot. There's a lot of articles that I haven't written that I will have time for if there's internet and power. So I'm going to just enjoy slowing down a little bit and hopefully eat still.
Good. I think that it's good that you're slowing down.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, I hope. We're going to make the most of it. And it will be interesting because I was looking at the tracking path, whatever they call that, just before the show started. And it looks like the Eye of the Storm is basically going to go right through World Showcase. So I feel like that's almost like an homage to Maelstrom.
Okay.
It's like you took away my Maelstrom, so I'm bringing Maelstrom to you. And I don't know, I could be wrong.
Are we going to go backwards?
Well, my thought is like the original Maelstrom was very intense and everybody got drenched. So maybe this is just like 2.0.
And maybe where are the trolls?
That's a good. I didn't see those in the lobby, so that could be a problem. They weren't in the store either. I don't know. But I did get a Magic Band Plus in the store, which was very fun to put together, set up, and get going, and see it update and see the colors it does. And is it going to change my life? No, but it was fun to see the start and know I could use it at Disneyland hopefully soon.
I think it looks nice.
I went with basic just because I feel like that's more my vibe.
Don't call yourself basic, Mr. Daps. You're far from
Simple.
basic.
Simple. How's that?
You're not simple either.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
I will defend you. I'll defend you from everybody, even if that means yourself.
Okay, you do that. Another thing, though, that is far from simple, and that is The Incredible Hulk, which is now at Disney California Adventure for a limited time in Avengers Campus, as long as it's not too hot, apparently. But he came out last week, and I was there for his very first set, and I was rather surprised, I think, at how big he was as he was walking up to us, and I was right in front of him, and that was pretty amazing. But what did you think, Katie?
I wish that I could have seen him in person, to be completely honest. I think that he looks insanely impressive. I think it's very interesting what this could lead to.
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest thought, is because they made it very clear that the Incredible Hulk will only be visiting Avengers Campus for a limited time. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, so then where's he going to go next? And maybe not necessarily really cool in this big green form, but what's he going to do next? What would be really cool?
Harold.
That would be terrifying.
Wouldn't it be amazing, though, see the abominable snowman walking around?
Yeah, I think that if he was... Like, I'm picturing him in, like, Matterhorn Way or something, and that would just be so scary.
Amazing.
In like, a fun way, though.
Yeah.
But I would definitely be like, he's supposed to be in the mountain. Get him back in there.
Well, and like, think of Halloween parties, the different things you could do with something like that technology and that suit or whatever you want to call it. Like, there's so many villains you could do, and, like, you could probably terrify some people.
Yeah, I think that... I mean, like, and that's where I'm kind of going with Harold's. I'm like, that's terrifying. But there's a lot of things that you could do that are so, like, scary. I can't think of... I mean, like, a Jafar is already so scary.
But you could make
and he's not using anything... Like Genie Jafar?
Yeah.
You could.
That would
like
be interesting.
Snake Jafar?
Yeah, but that wouldn't be the same.
I'm trying to think of a villain that would be like what if I just googled very big Disney villains?
What about Pete? Like, I feel like
Pete would be a great...
Compared to Mickey Mouse, like, that's the size he should be. So that would make sense to me. And that would be just really fun.
When I typed in very big Disney villains, all it comes up with is the top 20 Disney villains. No, I wanted Chernabog, sure. I wanted large Disney villains. Chernabog would be fun, especially after we just watched that Michael Eisner Mickey Mouse short with Chernabog.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I really liked that. So that just made me laugh.
Oogie Boogie, I see in the chat. That would be amazing.
Ooh, okay.
He's already cool at Oogie Boogie Bash, but let's make it bigger.
Let's make him even scarier.
Yeah, why not?
I also just... So, I think that stuff like this is really fun because I'm thinking about the last playtest that I personally saw in California Adventure. And that was Mickey, Donald, Daisy, Minnie, I think. That one that they did over in Grizzly Creek.
Yeah.
That's not what that's called. Redwood Creek. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, the Challenge Trail is where they did that playtest. And there've always been like, they'll announce it the day before, and it'll kind of go for a couple days. So to see something like this is very different, and I think very fun.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And I hope it's more of these sporadic. Like, I think a lot of the characters in Avengers Campus are for a limited run anyway, and that's part of what's made it.
We're kind of used to that.
Yeah, and I like the change aspect and how it just keeps you coming back for more because you don't want to miss seeing Moon Knight or you don't want to miss seeing Wanda or whatever it is, because they all have been said, oh, they're here for a limited time, and you just don't know how long that limited time is going to be. And so I
Yeah.
think it's a great, and I really look forward to what comes next also in Avengers Campus, not just with this technology, but what other things they could do to come up and bring some of these characters from their shows and movies to life, and that'll be interesting to see. Speaking of movies, we have a new trailer for Strange World, and we learned more about the familial connection of the characters in Strange World, what they're doing, why they're doing it, stuff like that. Katie, what did you think of this new trailer?
What I think about this trailer is that I clearly spend too much time around you because I keep wanting to call it Strange New Worlds.
That's the Star Trek one. That's good too. We could talk about that all night also.
Sure is. But that just tells me how much time I spend around you because I'm like, I keep wanting to say Strange New Worlds. Anyway, I think it's fun. And this is actually coming from somebody who, when I watched the first trailer, I went, meh. And I kind of saw some stuff at... Well, and I saw some stuff at D23 Expo, and I just kind of went, okay, like, it seems cute, but seems like a movie I might pass on seeing in the theaters, and I'll watch it when it hits streaming. I'm still, like, this trailer, I will say, it hasn't turned me into, like, I'm gonna be there opening night, like, popcorn, all this stuff, but I am a little bit more excited to see, and there's more excitement for me behind it instead of I'll just watch it on a random Saturday when it comes on Disney Plus.
I will say, speaking of Disney Plus, watching this trailer and comparing it to watching some of the Pixar trailers, I did have the question of why is this one going straight to theaters and why did the Pixar ones not? And I'm sure there's a numeric number or something like that. Like there's something, maybe they wanted to use the Pixar brand to leverage more subscribers for Disney Plus or something like that. But I definitely had that question in my head of like, this looks great. The story looks fun. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But then I think back on some of the other Pixar films, Lightyear not counting, that I'm like, I would love to have seen those on the big screen just because they were vibrant, they were colorful. The fur on the panda would have been amazing on the big screen, and I'd be curious for stuff like that. Like I'm curious, like the thought process of like, oh, this one goes to theaters and they've already announced it months out, and this one doesn't, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious what the thought process is.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, we learned this week that there's no Merriest Nights coming to Disneyland for the holiday season. What do you think of this, Katie? What are you happy about with this? What are you sad about with this? Because we know what that is, but you can say it anyway. Go ahead.
'Tis not the season to be jolly and joyous. No, I'm extremely disappointed that there will be no Muppets. What was it? The Muppet Caroling Coach. I am very disappointed that will not be returning. Just because I think that was so insanely magical. Well, I can't say it won't be returning. I can't say that confidently. I don't know that. None of us know that.
I hope it does. I hope that's the big surprise of the holiday season is that becomes a regular show. I don't care which park it is at. Like it could be at Disneyland, it could be at Disney California Adventure. It doesn't matter. Just put it somewhere.
I agree completely. And that's what I'm saying is, yes, they took away the venue that entertainment offering was at, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not coming back.
Well,
currently, though, that's the way it looks. Okay, what's the alternative?
They don't bring it back. And because they have the Muppets Mayhem coming, they do something with the Electric Mayhem and put them on something or in something. Like put them in a, the Tomorrowland Magic Eye Theater is empty right now, and do a small Christmas concert moment thing with the Electric Mayhem because they've already done Run Run Rudolph before, and what's the other one they've done? They've done a few Christmas songs in the past, and I feel like you could build on that and then use that as a momentum builder ahead of the arrival of Muppet Mayhem on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And you could have Kermit introduce them with Miss
It's
Piggy
true. You
fighting.
could have Kermit introduce them.
And Miss Piggy's
But you
mad
know
that
who
she
I
doesn't
would love
know
to
what's going on. Gonzo blows something up by accident. It'll be great.
Okay, so I know that this is like obviously we want to see the heavy hitters of the Muppets. I think it'd be really funny though if Scooter introduced them.
Oh, and then just at the end, like Kermit and Piggy show up and they miss the whole thing.
Yeah, kind of like they come in with their popcorn because they're very excited to support their friends, and they were delayed because Piggy took too long getting ready or picking her Christmas outfit or whatever it is, and then they're both very disappointed that they missed it. But like, I love the idea of Scooter going into a stage manager role once again. Anyway, that's not what any of that's not what any of this question was about.
Otherwise, it's all about the Muppets. I mean, at the end of the day, Disney Merriest Nights for us was all about the Muppets. Like the fireworks,
Yes.
There weren't fireworks actually. Christmas Fantasy was fine. Seeing Muppet or not Muppet Christmas, but Mickey's Christmas Carol characters was a lot of fun, but it wasn't like make or break. And then there was some really fun music ensembles, and there was, I think, the Frozen characters and Jack and Sally. Properly?
For meet and greets.
Yeah.
Jack and Sally were on the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Belle and Beast in their holiday outfits.
Yeah, good.
And then the Frozen unit, which you already got. And there was, I can't remember what unit they rotated with. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't pay the money for the ticket to see any of that. I paid for the ticket to watch the Muppets literally 6 times that night.
Yeah, it was 100% that. And you didn't need the merchandise, you didn't need the food, you didn't need the other entertainment, because it was all about the Muppets. And I would have almost, in hindsight, been really happy if they had two versions of it. That's like version A is at the top of the hour, and version B is something completely different in a different vehicle or something, or popping out
they
from
change songs or
yeah. But I was thinking so you could have two casts. So like you'd have the cast that we've already seen that are doing the caroling coach, and then you could have Electric Mayhem doing something else, or you could have Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew doing something. Like create something for the other characters during the off times.
But they're the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one set of the Muppets.
But there's only so much room on the bus.
It's true. And, I would love to see like a Muppets mobile lab, but they're trying to make Christmas lights or something. Like they're trying to do a science experiment to create something Christmassy. Well, you could do that with I would just love Muppets mobile lab.
You could do something like that on a bigger scale in front of Small World.
And Beaker tries to light it and he gets electrocuted?
Yep. And you could either have them actually there, or you could use voices and projections. Ideally, actually there would be really great.
That would be really fun. I like that idea. Look at us go. We're just This is our second week in a row that we have blue-skied Muppet things in Disneyland.
Blue sky from across the country this time. Thousands
What's
of miles
behind
away.
It's a Small World?
Toontown?
That was a joke. Like what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain?
Okay.
No? Do you get it?
I
can't see your face. Your face is so much of an indicator. So this is going to be a small side tangent. Welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. Hello, welcome. Mr. Daps, I can read some comments for you. Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay. The thing about Mr. Daps is that he is such a quiet person that I rely a lot on his facial expressions when I'm speaking. And so the fact that I cannot see your face while I'm talking and I can only rely on your voice, I'm very confused.
You're welcome.
No.
I think it's humorous. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Always. All right.
Okay, so do you want me to read some comments really quick while we're in Geeks
Let's
Corner
run through the
Plus to keep up
comments.
the spirit of the
spirit
of the tradition?
Yes.
Back to using the same Hulk technology, May as Red Panda.
That's a great idea.
That would be a great idea. Steven asked, what do we think the treehouse will be? And do we think we'll get a Tomorrowland refurb eventually?
Treehouse will be a tree. Tomorrowland refurb, yes.
I could not even begin to guess what the treehouse will be. I just hope that at this point,
but none that I'm willing to put on paper.
But this isn't on paper, Mr. Depth. It's the internet.
Yeah, it'll be there forever, so I'm not gonna. Yeah,
exactly. Bailey said, "Listen, everyone, watch every single Muppet more than once on Disney Plus, so we can have Muppets in the parks."
Yes.
Roger said, "Remember that meet and greets were still distanced when we had the holiday party last year, which is crazy to think that that's where we were a year ago." Busman 101 says, "Do we ever think they will bring back the People Mover to California?"
Not like it was.
I don't know that it'll ever come back at all.
Yeah, I think
unless
it's
a Segway tour. Plus. Unless it's like I could see them doing something very tongue-in-cheek of like a Segway, which I know Segways aren't a thing anymore, but like they're like, it's the People Mover, it's moving people, or if they started calling.
I think if there was a way they could see it be a financial success and also a guest rating success, you could see something like a new version of the People Mover happen. But you have to recognize for that to happen would be a lot of structural changes for Tomorrowland. And I don't know that it's broken enough to get it to that point yet. I almost feel like you have to, like for a People Mover type thing to happen, you're looking at like Tokyo Disneyland level of redo for Tomorrowland. Like you're looking at a whole new Tomorrowland that you probably vaguely recognize, but also you're like, oh, well, at least I got my People Mover, but everything else looks new. I could see something like that potentially happening. Do I actually think it'll happen? Probably not. I'm just thankful that we have a People Mover that we can go and ride at Magic Kingdom, and hopefully I will get to do that soon.
True. I also hope you can. And that's basically all the comments. Comments.
All right. Well then, Katie, what should people do?
Should go to dapsmagic.com. Check out all the news articles about our pal Ian. Because we are updating as everything goes on, and Mr. Daps will continue to update as much as power allows as he is stuck in a hotel room. So do all that, subscribe to our mailing list, just come hang out around the site. We really like to make more friends.
And leave comments. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will be posting vlogs as often as I possibly can, depending on speed of internet and all of that stuff and my energy. Make sure to do that. And we also have a dedicated page to Hurricane Ian. You can find a link at the bottom of every page in the menu at the bottom of the page, or you can just go to dapsmagic.com, Hurricane-Ian, and all of our posts are up about that, and we'll continue to go up there as long as I can continue to post them. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you round the corner.
Bye!